Good afternoon from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Zaleski Sports presents American Legion Baseball. It's the 19 and under matchup between Chippewa Falls post 77 and Eau Claire post 53. Hi again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined up in the booth by former Eau Claire Memorial head coach Dave Sparger. And Spargs, we were talking before we came on the air. 4th of July, hot weather, baseball at Carson Park. This is Americana. This is summertime. This is a great place to be.
Yeah, it's just an absolute great tradition around baseball is being able to play on the 4th of July. And, you know, and even today here you get a chance to watch 3 games here at Carson Park as we saw the U17 against Chippewa, and Chippewa came out the victorious ones on that one. And then now you've got the U19 Legion followed by the Express today. Later on, about 5:05, I do believe, is the first pitch for that one. So just a great day for baseball.
Eau Claire improved to 8-1 on the season with the win earlier this week against Holman, avenging the lone loss for post 53. That took place in the Chippewa Falls Woodbat tournament last week. Eau Claire will have Bennett Stockey on the mound. Recently graduated from Altoona High School and on his way to play baseball at Iowa Central Community College. Stockey on the mound. Jack Harris from Eau Claire Memorial is his catcher. Brady Johnson from Memorial at first base. Owen Welch from Menominee is the second baseman. Logan Zinsmaster, Memorial, is the third baseman. Blake Buer, Memorial guy, at shortstop. Outfield, left to right, Cameron Diermeyer from Elk Mound, Grant Locken, Memorial, Aiden Pankratz from Eau Claire North. Chippewa Falls batting order will look like this. Leading off and playing center field is Ryan Dixon. Landon Atkinson catches and bats second. Batting third, the first baseman, Brecken Bovier. Batting fourth is the shortstop, Cole Perlberg. Braden Hagan bats fifth and plays left fielder for Chippewa Falls. Batting sixth, second baseman, Brady Smith. Batting seventh, Dom Hayes, the right fielder. Carter Berg bats eighth and plays third base. Chase Frederick bats ninth. He is the DH. And Jackson Donahue will be on the mound for Chippewa Falls. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza has been a family tradition for almost 30 years. For the best sandwich in town, grab a grinder at Mancino's, conveniently located off of Business Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza, locally owned and operated. Whether it is baseball, softball, soccer this spring and summer, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back. For all your sports-related injuries, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online, ShepkeChiropractic.com. 1-2-3 in the Chippewa batting order, Ryan Dixon, the center fielder, to lead things off for Chippewa Falls. Sparks, last time we saw Bennett Stockey, that was at that Woodbat tournament in Chippewa Falls, and again, a guy that just attacks the zone, works fast.
Yeah, he's a strike thrower. We talked about that. Like you said, working fast, always working ahead, and right here, up 0-1 early in this count. Last weekend, he actually went 4 innings, just gave up 2 hits and 1 walk through 4 as he really mowed down Wausau pretty good.
Dixon swinging a miss at that high breaking ball. 0-2 is the count to Ryan Dixon. Outfield, medium deep, and straight away all the way around. 319 down the line in left here at Carson Park. 405 to straightaway center, 302 down the line in right with the short porch there for the fan deck, which I'm sure will be a very busy place tonight when the Express play Mankato in Northwoods League action. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball. Dixon swung through that one. 1 down here in the first inning for Chippewa Falls. Here's the catcher, Landon Atkinson. Had a very nice season for Chippewa Falls High School, a team that won its regional. It advanced to the Division I sectional semifinals. Atkinson takes a strike. Third baseman Logan Zinsmaster even with the bag. All the other infielders at normal depth.
Well, it's a warm one here this afternoon, but there is a good breeze.
Brady Johnson gloves that one, throws to Stocky for the outs.
Nice play over there by Brady. He's come off the bag, go get the ball. Stocky knows he's supposed to cover on that as he's falling off, so good execution there by the Eau Claire Legion.
Yeah, the key there, Sparks, as you know, is that pitcher's got to break right away. You see that high chopper going to that right side. You got to get over there.
Yeah, they're taught anything to the right side of the infield, they just naturally go. Even if it's at the second baseman, they can just pull up. But you're right, good instincts here from Stocky, just getting going right away.
Here's Brecken Beauvier. Left-handed hitter takes inside from Stocky. Now, you mentioned the heat, Sparks, 87 game-time temperature. And that is expected to climb throughout the course of the day.
Yeah, I was just say they're fortunate they're playing it this early because you're right. I think about 3, 4 o'clock it's supposed to be in the 90s. But it got a nice breeze, so it's keeping guys cool. And tell you what, I think that ball's going to carry a little bit today.
Yeah, wind is blowing out. Looks like it's blowing out to straightaway center field. Stocky delivers a strike there. It's 2-1. Well, and I would imagine after that wood bat tournament, the young guys are glad to have the metal bats back in their hands.
Yeah, it's a little different, that's for sure. A little bigger sweet spot off the metal.
Yeah, we noticed in that wood bat tournament how shallow all the outfielders were playing. And foul tip at the plate. And that proved to be a good strategy because, at least in the games that we covered, Sparks, I don't remember any outfielder getting burned.
Yeah, you're right. There were some that went into the gaps, but nothing past where it turned into a triple. They were going to be a double no matter what. So you're right. They did a good job of kind of taking away those little flares that sometimes happen off that wood bat.
Full count with 2 outs. Nobody on here for Chippewa Falls. Top of the first from Carson Park. A roller up the middle. Owen Welch, tough hop, makes the throw in time. Beauvier is retired on a nice play by the second baseman, Owen Welch. Eau Claire coming to bat when we return. You are watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Bottom one, Jackson Donahue on the mound for Chippewa Falls. Landon Atkinson is his catcher. Brecken Beauvier at first. Brady Smith playing second. Carter Berg over at third. Cole Perlberg is at shortstop. Outfield left to right. Braden Hagan, Ryan Dixon, Dominic Hayes. Leading off for Eau Claire, the center fielder Grant Locken takes that one up and in to start the bottom of the first inning. Right down the line, fair ball.
Yeah, right over the base.
Locken on his way to second. And it's a leadoff double for Grant Locken.
Well, you talk about just over the base. Right down the line, over the base, kicks up to chalk to help Blue with that call. But good start here for Legion. Eau Claire Legion with a leadoff double.
Nice attempt over there at third by Carter Berg, but the ball took that last skip and went over his glove and then down the line. And with Locken's speed, he had the double. Here's Owen Welch. Corner infielders are up for Chippewa Falls. Welch takes up and in. Locken on his way to Southeastern Community College. Welch will be playing baseball at Milwaukee School of Engineering. Another one up and in from Donahue, and the count is 2-0 on Owen Welch.
Yeah, I don't see Owen Welch bunting in this situation. I think they're going to let him swing away, either drive in that run or try to hit behind the runner so that he can move up to third.
One of the leading hitters on his high school team at Menominee. Good hack by Welch, but he yanked that one foul. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, that's the hardest thing about having these guys from Eau Claire bunt. They're all such good hitters. They're coming off their teams where they're one of the premier hitters on their squad. It's tough to take the back.
Locken gets his lead at second. 2-1 pitch to Welch. Gets a piece. 2-2.
Up and in there by Donahue. Good fastball there.
We'll get a mound visit here. Perlberg is the shortstop's going to have a chat with Atkinson, the catcher, and Donahue, the pitcher.
I think Perlberg's talking about maybe Locken stealing signs there as he leads off second. Because that's usually when the shortstop comes in, as he's noticing something from that runner that he's might be tipping what pitch is coming.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Eau Claire going to jump out. There's a high chopper to Perlberg. Backhand stab, quick throw in time.
Outstanding play, like you talked about. That tough hop that he was able to pick, and then he just got rid of it so quick. Great release.
A good base running by Locken, who read that one, realized it was going to be a heck of a play for Perlberg to make. And at that point, Perlberg's only good shot to get an out was to fire to first. Welch does run well. Now the infield is up. Cameron Diermeyer at the plate.
Yeah, interesting that Chippewa wants to play up here in the first inning. Guess they're expecting a low-scoring game.
Diermeyer out of Elk Mound High School. He's on his way to UW Whitewater. He and Perlberg will be teammates in college. Two and 0 now to Cameron Diermeyer.
Yeah, Diermeyer ahead in the count now. He's looking for one pitch, one spot, something he can really do some damage with. At least get the ball in the air to the outfield to drive in that run.
Diermeyer 2 for 3 in that win earlier this week against Holben. RBI and a run scored. Looking for a ribby right here. Count now 2-1 to Diermeyer. Diermeyer getting a piece of that one. Good pitch. Tailing outside, thrown by Jackson Donahue.
Well, you're right. Donahue with a good pitch there to get back even now at 2-2 in the count. Fell behind 2-0 and a good job with a couple of good pitches here.
Line to left. Hagen makes the catch. Locken tags and scores. So Claire on the board. Post 53 takes a 1-0 lead in the sacrifice fly to left by Cameron Diermeyer.
Lockett a little late getting back to the base there. I think he thought that was like a line drive that was going to drop, and all of a sudden he realized that it was coming in on that left fielder, and he was there. So he had to all of a sudden hustle back after the catch and still make the tag, but he's fast enough to advance and score that run, but a little delayed for that tag up.
Originally, Hagan was coming in, then stopped dead in his tracks, and then took a couple steps back and then reached up and made that catch. Here's Aiden Pankratz. Pankratz grounds one left side, scooped by Carter Berg. His throw is in time. Eau Claire is retired, bottom of the first, but Post 53 picks up a run. Second inning coming up right after this. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you for
Peak down there at third execution.
For his services, chose UW Whitewater.
Well, he's such a good athlete.
Another bunt, this one by
Excellent.
Hagan.
Yeah, how about a little small ball from the Chippewa?
He's a guy, that last one ruled a single as well. Fifth, the second baseman now batting with 2 on. It gets away
Pass
from
ball.
the catcher, Harris. The runners will move up.
Perberg a little slow on that break as he thought it didn't get past far enough and then realized that he could advance. So both runners move up 90 feet.
It almost seemed like Harris, the catcher, was taking a peek as he was going to backhand that ball to kind of get a sense of what the runners were doing, and couldn't keep it from rolling away. So now Chippewa Falls looking to answer that Eau Claire run, 2-1.
And similar to what Chippewa did the last half inning, Eau Claire is up. But they're going to try to keep.
The last time we saw Stocky pitch was that game in Chippewa Falls in the Woodbat tournament against Wausau, and very rarely was he ever in a jam. Finds himself in one here. Top at 2. That one ruled a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Big pitch coming up here. You got a full count.
Grounder up the middle. Buer's got it. They'll concede the run. Buer over to first for the out. Perlberg scores. It's 1-1.
Good play by Buer. He was going to his glove side, so it was kind of up the middle. There's no way he would have had momentum to come home. So smart play. Got the pick and made a nice throw to first. Got to make sure that out right there. So it's tied 1-1, but do have 1 out on the board.
On the play, Braden Hagan moves up to third base. So here's Dom Hayes. Takes a curveball from Stocky that broke over the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Chippewa looking for that go-ahead run here. Top of 2.
And it looks like now Legion's going to go ahead, and Eau Claire Legion's going to concede that run at third. They're playing their middle infield back. So, again, they're just looking for that second out. So any ground ball up the middle should score that run.
Stocky trying to catch that outside corner. Good pitch on 0-2. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 7 hitter, Dom Hayes. Check swing, and he went.
Yeah, he came back again with that little slider or breaking ball on the outside. Dom could not hold up that time, so Dominic Hayes down on strikes.
Here is Carter Berg, third baseman for Chippewa Falls. That pitch ruled a ball. 1-0 now to Berg. Again, you get the sense that both of these teams are thinking that it's going to be a low-scoring, close game. Berg sends one high in the air, and that one's going to wind up on the fan deck.
Well, I think Stockey would be pleased if he could get out of this inning with just giving up the one run, especially when you had second and third and nobody out. He's done a good job battling back since then. Got the ground ball to short for the first out. Got the strikeout for out number 2, so he's looking for another one right here.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hagen, the runner at third. That breaking ball just missed outside, 2-1. Stockey has a sign from the catcher, Jack Harris. Another wrinkle that missed. And it's 3-1. Good plate discipline by Carter Berg. And that one, off the glove of Harris, a run will score. Chippewa Falls grabs a 2-1 lead here. Berg on via the walk.
Yeah, Stockey reaching back there for a little extra on that fastball, and it got away from him up and in. And unfortunately, Harris not able to corral it, so it got to the backstop, and that's how Chip scores their second run, was due to the wild pitch. So Chip gets ahead with a little help.
Here's Chase Frederick. Breaking ball catches the plate. It's 0-1. This all started with a pair of bunt singles, one by Cole Perlberg, the other by Braden Hagen. Pass ball, ground out, strikeout, walk, and another. You could either call it a pass ball or wild pitch, and that's how Chippewa has taken the lead. That one in the dirt. So a little uncharacteristic wildness from Bennett Stockey.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, that's kind of a guy who just pounds the strike zone, and to see him have 3 of them get away this inning is very unusual, and that helps. Chippewa, again, puts another runner in scoring position.
I just noticed the socks on the batter, Chase Frederick. Check those out, Sparks.
Old school right there.
Well, and it's a little 4th of July fashion. So he's got the blue stripe with the stars up top, and then not sure if there was those look like the fake stirrups. It's just the stripe on the sock. Yeah,
for sure.
Not the old school that we all wore. Strike 3 called. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Bennett Stockey. However, Chippewa Falls puts up a pair of runs. Eau Claire coming to bat when we return. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Sparks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They've got a pulse in the local real estate market, and they can help you with both existing homes and new builds, and they can assist you through each step of the process. Making the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful, that is what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. Brady Johnson to lead things off. Bottom 2 for Eau Claire. Gets the right-hander Jackson Donahue. Rolls that one down to second. Brady Smith to scoop. And the throw for the out. One pitch, one down here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, good job by Donahue. Went fastball up and in. Sawed him off. He a little slow roller to second base. So good start here to the second inning. It's a way to get ahead. One pitch, like you said. One pitch, one out.
Blake Buer, the batter. Buer, a fixture at shortstop for Eau Claire Memorial these last couple of years. He's on his way to Milwaukee Area Technical College. Takes a strike from Donahue. Eau Claire does have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. There's another pitch right on the corner, 0-2. Buer's going to wear that one. Claire's got a base runner.
Yeah, I think he'll do that anytime when you fall down 0-2 in the count and you can get plunked, you'll take that free base.
Well, and Donahue, after retiring Johnson on one pitch, thinking ahead that Buer's going to probably want to see a lot of pitches. So he pounded 2 right in the zone. But then tried to get a little extra velo on that last pitch and wound up getting away from him and put that one right on the number 2 of Blake Buer's back. Here's Paxton Bush, the DH. Lefty hitter. Certainly capable of reaching that short porch out there in right. Wind continues to blow out here at Carson Park on this very warm day. We're up to 89 degrees now. Fortunately, Sparks, we've got some air circulating here in the press box.
Yeah, a little breeze coming in the back door over here. It really helps us.
Bouncing ball to second. Brady Smith fields the hop to Perlberg for 1. That's all they'll get.
Yeah, high hopper. It's a good decision there by the shortstop Perlberg just to save that throw. High hopper. Make sure you get the first out at second there. Well taken care of. And then save the throw. Bush runs too well.
Here's Logan Zinsmaster.
Batting age number 4, third baseman Logan Zinsmaster.
I want to give a shout out to Ben Peterson of the Eau Claire Express. So if you're looking out onto that video board out there in right center field, Express helping out and making this making the atmosphere even better.
Yeah, it sure does.
Each player having his name up there on the board when he comes to bat and the logo from the respective team. Yeah, it looks great out there.
You got 4th of July, you got the flag going. Yeah, Benny does a great job for the Express and running stuff around here. Multifaceted, talented guy right there.
Quick throw down to first. Buer dives back safely. Yeah, he's a baseball fan through and through. So he's going to work all 3 of the games today. Ran that video board for 17U game, doing it for our game, and then for the Eau Claire Express game tonight. Two balls, one strike. Runner at first, 2 down. Bouncing ball up the middle, Perlberg. Take it himself at second. And we're through 2 innings complete here at Carson Park. Your score, Chippewa Falls 2, Eau Claire 1. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect when you need it most. Visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Top of the order for Chippewa Falls, 1, 2, 3 in their batting order. Ryan Dixon, Landon Atkinson, Brecken Beaufier against the right-hander Bennett Stockey, who pitched a scoreless first, but gave up 2 last inning.
Well, and right away, the Eau Claire Legion third baseman, Logan Zinsmaster, is up on the grass. He's on that cutout. He's going to cheat in a little bit now, try to take away those bunts that they executed so well in the second.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Dixon. Yeah, if you look at the strategy from the Chippewa perspective, you got a guy who throws strikes, pounds the zone in Bennett Stockey, which means that ball should be at a good place that you can drop down a bunt, and it certainly worked in that second inning when Perlberg and Hayden dropped down bunts for infield singles, and they both came around to score. Two balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Dixon. Dixon struck out to lead off the ball game. One of 3 strikeouts recorded so far by Bennett Stockey. Breaking ball, strike 3 called.
Yeah, I got Dixon just a buckle on that one. Good breaking pitch there.
Here's Landon Atkinson. Was retired on a 3-1 putout in the top of the first. Not sure if Stockey calls it a sweeper, but that curveball that he got Dixon on, boy, that thing broke a lot.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple of those today. Have been hard slider, and then, like you said, I think more of a sweeper action.
He is a young man that's put an awful lot of time into his pitching. Had that unfortunate injury that kept him out of action his junior year of high school. Had a nice bounce-back season for the Altoona Railroaders and their head coach, Craig Walter. It fits the profile of that high school ace, the guy that you know you can count on for 4 or 5 innings at the very least every game. That's just going to give you a chance day in, day out. A roller down to first, right over the bag, and ruled foul.
Yeah, that's tough there, especially when you got that double base over there. You got the white and the orange, and obviously they felt like it went over the orange rather than the white. Chip's going to question that one.
Yeah, Brady Johnson was playing back. He was looking for that last hop, and it kind of skidded on him.
Yeah, it would have been a break, no doubt about it, for Chip, but all of a sudden, if that stays fair and it gets under his glove, might have even turned into a two-bagger there for Atkinson.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called.
And there's that same pitch again, Brad, that you were just talking about.
Yeah, he starts that one way inside. And if you haven't seen him, now granted, you know, some of these Chippewa guys have seen Stocky in I'm sure at some place coming up through the ranks, but it's not like he's a Big Rivers pitcher and you're going to see him twice a week or, you know, multiple times during the season. You know, Altoona playing in the Middle Border Conference, most of these Chippewa guys on the Legion roster went to Chi High in the Big Rivers Conference. Here's Brecken Bovier. Bounced out to second base in his earlier plate appearance.
Yeah, it's just fun to watch Stocky pitch. You know, like you talked about, he really worked at his craft, and he's a kid who's a pitcher. I mean, pitcher number 1. That's what he wants to do. That's what he's always been wanting to do. And he just execute pitches, works the in and out, up and down, changes speeds right there. He just did it. You know, again, he's a kid who pitches. He's not just a guy that goes up there and throws hard, tries to get you out. He's constantly working at how to get batters out. Again, the more the mental game, too.
And as you know, Sparks, having stuff, okay, that's important if you're going to be a pitcher, especially if you want to get to that next level. But understanding the mental game, knowing how to pitch, how to kind of keep that even keel, how to limit big innings, how not to beat yourself. One ball, 2 strikes. Loop to left, but foul. Fortunately for that baseball, Cameron Diermeyer was not able to corral it before it went into that puddle down on that bullpen area down the left field line. We got a lot of rain in Eau Claire overnight.
Yeah, I'm surprised that is the only place you see water. Did a great job getting this field ready to go.
1-2 pitch from Stocky. That one stayed outside. Bovier held up. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on here. Top of 3rd.
We'll see if Stocky goes to the well one more time and comes back with that sweeper. Try to run those little bit backdoor sweeper this time to the lefty.
Yeah, he's the kind of pitcher. He can throw any pitch at any count. See what he and catcher Jack Harris have cooked up here. Bouncer right back to Stocky. Underhanded flip for the outs. Chippewa Falls goes down in order. Eau Claire coming to bat when we return. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in
Eclair. Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with.
HS Fence specializes in chain link wood and ornamental fencing. They've been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the past 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfencewi.com. Jack Harris, first pitch swinging to shallow center. And Ryan Dixon comes on and makes the running catch.
That's back-to-back innings now where he's been able to get one pitch, one out to start the inning. Good job by Donahue.
Back to the top of the order now, and here is Grant Locken. Locken doubled to lead off bottom of the first for Eau Claire. Hard hit ground ball right down the third base line. He came around to score on a sac fly. Bottom of the third from Carson Park on a very warm 4th of July afternoon. Chippewa Falls is going to send a player to the bullpen to start getting loose. It's the kind of day, Spargs, where if you're throwing, your arm feels good. We would assume.
Yeah.
But it's everything else. This heat really takes it out of you.
You're right. You try to obviously stay hydrated, but if it's during the game, it's too late. You've got to make sure you're hydrated well before today, and it takes a lot out of you, the heat and the effort that you're putting forth.
Driven to left and deep. Hagan going back on the run, makes a running catch.
Well, we talked about how the ball will carry. That one sure did. All the way to the warning track, and a nice catch out there and left.
Locken with that nice compact swing. He's not a big guy, but he's got some pop in that bat. And like you said, Sparks, that one was carrying, but a heck of a job by Braden Hagan out there and left. He tracked that one all the way, played the warning track just the way you should, and made a nice running catch. Here is Cameron Diermeyer. Or check that, here's Owen Welch. Diermeyer's on deck. Welch takes a strike. Locken now 1 for 2 in the game. Welch grounded out to shortstop his first time up. But that moved the runner over. That billboard out there in left, Sparks, has taken a pounding. It was a ball hit the other night by one of the Express players that literally went through the billboard and got lodged in there against the chain link fence.
That one must have had a little velocity behind it. Holy smokes.
We could ask our producer, videographer, Dominic Millay about that. Dominic also working for the Express this summer, doing some camera work. So I would assume it's a hard hit ball that put that hole in the fence. Okay. Yeah, I've seen balls get wedged in the fence, or sometimes they'll scoot under a chain link fence, or a wooden fence, or whatever you have. But I don't think I've ever seen where a ball goes through the billboard and gets lodged in there. 3-2 pitch for Welch is upstairs, and Owen Welch works a walk. We'll clear with the base runner here in the bottom of the third inning with 2 down, and here is Cameron Diermeyer. Diermeyer has the RBI today for Eau Claire. He hit that sac fly out to left. Welch with a big lead over at first. We'll see if Eau Claire sends him. Try to create an RBI opportunity for Deermeyer. Strike one, delivered by Jackson Donahue.
Yeah, Landon Atkinson here for the Chippewa. He's not easy to run on. He's got a good arm.
Long look by Donahue, and now he'll step off. So everybody kind of thinking along the same lines here. Welch is on the move. Throw down is a good one, but
I'm going to guess that swipe
Welch
tag
is
must have
safe.
missed.
Welch was moving on that steal attempt, and you said it, Atkinson's got a really strong arm, and that ball was right where it needed to be, but Welch must have just gotten under that sweep tag from the shortstop, Cole Perlberg.
Yeah, Perlman caught it and tried to go real quick down to, that's why he says wipe tag. I think he must have missed him because it looked like it beat him.
2 balls, 2 strikes is the count to Deermeyer. He takes a ball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good location on an 0-2 pitch, right? Get it just off the edge, see if you can get him to chase.
Deermeyer fights that one off. Strike 3 called. Donahue gets Deermeyer on strikes. 3 complete here at Carson Park. Your score remains Chippewa Falls 2, Eau Claire 1. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
To cover your church, call the Dahlman Insurance Agency for a coverage analysis. Dahlman Insurance covers churches in Wisconsin with Hastings Insurance Company. Online at DahlmanInsurance.com. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rate, stay for the service. New pitcher for Eau Claire is the right-hander Calvin Barneson. Cole Perlberg swings through that one. Perlberg had the bunt single to lead off the second inning. Braden Hagan followed him with the bunt single of his own, and those 2 guys came around to score, which is why Chippewa Falls has the 2-1 lead. Barneson out of Leavestrom High School. Cardinals won a state championship in 2024.
Boy, that team had some pitching, didn't it?
Yeah, they did. That was a really good ball club. You talk about baseball and Americana, Sparks. That ballpark down in Strum is, boy, what a right in town, right in a residential area, about a block or two off the main street there. And I always love the fact that all the folks who have the homes across the road, beyond left and left center, they just park it out there on their front lawns, and they got the chairs, they got the grills going. They're just having a good time down there.
You talk about some free entertainment, huh? Just go park it in your front lawn and watch a ball game.
Breaking ball. Perlberg swung through that one.
Yeah, Perlberg really fooled on that one, so a good pitch right there from Barneson.
Left fielder, Braden Hagelin.
So one down here in the top of the fourth inning. Hard hit ball, gloved by Zinsmaster. Strong throw across in time.
Wow, Zinsmaster making it look easy. A little backhanded pick on that tough hop and good strong arm thrown across the infield. Nice play by Zinsmaster.
Braden Hagen retired. Hagen now 1 for 2. Here's Brady Smith. Smith takes a strike. Check swing. That one just off the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, good location right there from that breaking pitch.
There's a strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brady Smith. We're going to get something started here with 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning. Eau Claire is scheduled to play a doubleheader Monday at La Crosse down at Copeland Park. These 2 teams will play again. It'll be a 9-inning game. But Casper Park, little roller, tough play. And Brady Johnson's going to take it himself. And that'll do it for the top of the fourth. Eau Claire coming to bat, bottom of the inning when we return. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free
more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Security Financial Bank, SFB, whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today, sfbank.com, member FDIC. Aiden Pankratz to lead things off for Eau Claire. Pankratz hits one deep to left and caught out there by Hagen. Sparks, that's the third consecutive inning that the leadoff hitter for Eau Claire has gone after a first pitch.
Yeah, you talk about helping Donahue out a little bit, huh? First pitch, 1 out for 3 consecutive innings. So a good job by him, again, attacking his own early. And Eau Claire Legion being aggressive on that first one.
Here's Brady Johnson. 0 for 1, takes a first pitch strike. Chip was going to have some activity in its bullpen. It's the same lefty who was working earlier. Ball and a strike now to Brady Johnson.
And Brado, I'm already distracted. The grills have started.
Oh boy, have
for
they.
the Express. Yep.
Maybe it's good that the smoke from the grills is blowing out towards center and not coming in towards us. A little roller back to Donahue. He'll go with the underhanded flip for the out.
Good pitch. Got that inside. We call that getting in the kitchen. Nice job right off the handle. Just slow roller back to him. 2 outs here for Donahue.
Here's Blake Buer looking to get things started. Buer was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Yeah, baseball, 4th of July, barbecue. Yeah, I tell you, it's a great day in my book.
And it looks like the Mankato team has arrived. I think they're going to get a little bit to eat.
And Buer wears another one. It's the second time he's gotten plunked. Both times it's been on a slow curve from Donahue that didn't break.
Yeah, last time it was an 0-2 pitch that got away, that plunked him, and this time it was an 0-1.
Here's Paxton Bush, the DH. You know, you mentioned the Mankato Northwoods League team heading out to the deck to do some dining. That was always a tough one. Eating before a game.
Yeah, they've got a few hours, though. That's the good thing right now.
Yeah, on one hand, you're, 19 to 22 years old? You can pack away a lot.
Yeah, you can eat anytime.
Yeah. Same time, you don't want to be, especially on a hot day, you don't want to be sluggish because you've, had a heaping plate of barbecue. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Paxton Bush. Buer's got his lead at first.
Yeah, not much of a lead. And again, we talked about the arm here for the Chippewa catcher. I don't think Buer's going to try to run on him.
Line to left. That's down for a base hit. Buer around second. On his way to third. Close play. He's out.
Great pick at third. Tough throw. He reached out and got that short hop pick and made the third out at third.
So Eau Claire is retired, 4 complete from Carson Park. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Mancino's Grinders and Pizza has been a family tradition for almost 30 years. For the best sandwich in town, grab a grinder at Mancino's, conveniently located just off of Business Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza, locally owned and operated. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Score big with trusted, local, affordable service. First pitch swinging is Dom Hayes for Chippewa Falls. Second inning of work for the right-hander Calvin Barneson.
Yeah, it went 1-2-3 there in the fourth with a strikeout.
Breaking ball from Barneson. Pankratz going back, makes the catch.
Yeah, Pankratz only had to take about 1 or 2 steps. You talk about an atom ball. Hit well, but right at the right fielder.
Yeah, a little bit toward the end of the bat. It's a good idea by Hayes to try to poke that one to right field, but not quite in the sweet spot. Here is Carter Berg, the third baseman. Berg reached via a walk. Takes inside there. Go back to that final out of bottom of the fourth. It was Berg with a really nice pick at third base to apply the tag on Blake Buer.
Yeah, and it was all happening at the same time. He took that bad hop, little short hop in between, was able to pick it and get the tag down all at the same time for that big out at third. And Eau Claire Legion kind of breaking one of those cardinal sins, you know, do not make the third out at third. So they kind of ran themselves out of that inning.
Breaking ball misses outside. 3-0 now to Carter Berg. Bouncing ball to short. Buer. Long throw in time.
Good job by Barneson getting back into that count, down 3-0. Finds a 3-1 strike, then a good pitch, 3-1 to conduce that ground ball.
Here is the DH Chase Frederick. Took a called third strike to end the second inning. That was against Bennett Stockey. Say one thing about the Mankato team that's out there on the fan deck. They know they're going to eat in the shade. Nobody's out there working on their tan. Breaking ball from Barneson misses outside. It's 1-0. Fastball missing outside. 2-0.
Yeah, Barneson kind of stumbled off his plant foot that time. So that ball got away from him. Said he falls behind now, 2-0 here. Back-to-back hitters now that he's gone 3-0 on.
And there's a 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter, Chase Frederick. Back to the top of the order for Chippewa Falls, and here is Ryan Dixon, 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. Both of those versus Bennett Stockey.
Yeah, I would expect Dixon to be real aggressive here once he sees the strike. He's not going to put himself in that 2-strike hole again.
Quick throw by Harris. Frederick back in time. The pitch ruled a strike.
Yeah, you got that high strike call right there to get ahead 0-1.
Frederick with a good lead over at first. One ball, one strike. Dixon batting with 2 outs and a runner on here in the top of the 5th. A 2-1 game. Each team with 2 hits today. Another strong throw by Harris. Two and 1 count now. Dixon looking to keep this inning going. Arneson drops that one in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, good breaking ball. Like you said, he was able to get down again at the top of the zone. Gets himself a 2-2 count now.
That one yanked foul.
Dixon's having one of those games where every time he looks up, he's got 2 strikes on him. So he's got to battle again here his 3rd time up to try to put the ball in play.
Swing and a miss. Dixon down on strikes. Eau Claire coming to bat, bottom 5. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
New pitcher for Chippewa Falls is the left-hander Sam Brazina. He was the ace of that Chi-High pitching staff. Saw him throw in a sectional semifinal versus Hudson early last month. He will face 8-9-1 in this Eau Claire order. Zinsmaster, Harris, and Locken. Brazina delivers a strike to Zinsmaster. Zinsmaster 0 for 1. Retired on a fielder's choice.
Brazina's a long, lanky lefty.
Yeah, it's got a live arm, throws very hard. It's got a nice breaking ball. It's just one of those guys that, again, just finished his sophomore year, but projects well.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a high ceiling, as they say, for pitchers.
Rosina with the glove and the underhanded flip, and Zinsmaster is retired. That'll bring up the catcher, Jack Harris. Harris flew out to center field back in the third. Eau Claire's got a right-hander warming up in its bullpen. We talked about that sectional semi that Chi-High played against Hudson last month. Hudson's starter in that game was a tall lefty, Mark Sousa. We saw him during the course of the season. Again, you look at both of those guys and you're like, man, they're setting up for a couple big years ahead.
Yeah, that matchup again for the next couple of years would be fun to watch.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Harris.
Oof. Good pitch right off the outside. Thought it caught some black, and he was obviously looking for that call too.
Soft liner right side, and that's through for a base hit. Jack Harris getting just enough of that one. Pushed it past the second baseman, Brady Smith. So 1 on, 1 out, back to the top of the order, and Grant Locken, who's 1 for 2.
Got a courtesy runner here.
That is the center fielder, Grant Locken.
We'll have to double check who that courtesy runner is.
Locken takes a strike. Ty Fjellstead, number 16.
Good cut there by Locken all over that pitch. But he finds himself down now 0-2.
Last time up, Locken hit one deep to left. It was tracked down on the warning track. Doesn't chase that high fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, we thought with the warm temperatures today, Spargs, and the wind blowing out, that we might see a slugfest. Instead, we get a pitcher's duel. We get some good ball game. 2 hits for Chippewa, 3 hits for Eau Claire. Neither team has made an error.
Yeah, you said it. It's just been very well played. The guys have made the outs they're supposed to make, and pitchers does just a really nice job. I mean, they've gotten a little bit of trouble here and there, but otherwise they've really pitched well. And like you said, it's just a 2-1 game here, and we're already in the bottom of the 5th.
Close play at first after the strong throw by Atkinson. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Grant Locken. Left fielder Hagan playing very deep. Hayes, the right fielder, is up. Swing and a miss. Brezina took a little off that one. Locken out on strikes.
Yeah, big second out there. You get Locken. Excellent hitter at the top of the order. Now you get the 2 outs, just a runner on first.
Here's Owen Welch, 0 for 1. Had a walk and a stolen base in the third. Fjellstad now will get down to second base. I was just about to say, what would you think of the strategy if they sent Fjellstad there? Because even if they get him at second, you got 2, 3, 4 coming up next inning.
Yeah, and to be honest, if Eau Claire wants to do that, that's great because, again, I believe in X and the catcher can get the job done. That the move there from the pitcher, that step off and quick throw is a tough one. And that one got away from him, and that's going to cost him 90 feet. That moved up Eau Claire into scoring position.
First error of the ball game.
Yeah, I like the lefties. Yeah, I like the lefties move where they pick that leg up and then step at that 45 to hold runners rather than that step back throw. That's a tough throw to make.
Welch takes outside. Nice job by the catcher Atkinson to keep that from going all the way to the backstop. That one missing off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Good hitters count here for Welch. Now 3-0. With that, Atkinson is going to go have a chat with the lefty, Sam Brezina.
Yeah, they've got a base open here, so it's not like you have to really come back here and groove one. You got first base open, there's 2 outs. And in fact, they're just going to go ahead and intentionally walk them. I don't mind that strategy at all. Good hitter and Welch, instead of trying to send one down the middle at 3-0 and 3-1, let's just give him the base and start fresh here with Diermeyer.
Cameron Diermeyer, 0 for 1 officially, had the RBI sac fly back in the first. Got an RBI situation here. Takes that one outside.
The other reason for that intentional pass is Diermeyer is a lefty, so you get that lefty-lefty matchup. Again, more in the favor of the pitcher.
Popped up. Pitcher Brezina makes the grab. Eau Claire is retired in the bottom of the 5th. Inning number 6 coming up. You are watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office, and they take most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. 2-3-4 in the Chippewa Falls batting order. Landon Atkinson, Brecken Bovier, Cole Perlberg against Kelvin Barneson, who's starting his 3rd inning of relief. Coming in for the starter, Bennett Stocky.
Opportunity here now for the Chi High to get themselves a little bit of cushion. Now they get the meat of the order up, and Post 77 looking to add on.
Barneson with a couple quick strikes on Atkinson. One hopper down to second. Welch has it. And the throw to Brady Johnson for the out. One down here at the top of the sixth. That'll bring up Brecken Bovier. 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Atkinson now 0 for 3 at the plate. Barneson delivers outside, ball one. There is activity in the Eau Claire bullpen. They got a right-hander thrown out there. Two and one now, the count to Bovier. It's a busy stretch for Eau Claire. You got today's game. And a trip to La Crosse to play 2 on Monday. Popped up on the infield. Calling it is Zinsmaster. He makes the grab.
Good job by Logan Zinsmaster taking charge, right? You want that third baseman to take that pitch or take that pop-up. I mean, the pitcher was there, but Logan did a good job. That's all his all day.
These two teams will play again at Casper Park Thursday. It'll be a 9-inning game. Then after that, Eau Claire is the host team for the 28th annual River City Classic. We will have several of those games for you right here on Zaleski Sports. And after that, 3 regular season games. Hit well to center. Grant Locken backpedaling makes the catch. And that'll do it. Cole Perlberg is retired. Eau Claire coming to bat, bottom 6 when we return. You're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Bottom of the 6th inning here from Carson Park. Eau Claire coming to bat, trailing Chippewa Falls 2-1. Eau Claire will have 4, 5, 6 in its batting order. Aiden Pankratz, Brady Johnson, Blake Buer. Against the left-hander, Sam Brazino is on for his 2nd inning of work.
Yeah, it's getting late here now for the Eau Claire Legion. Find themselves down 2-1, and we're in the bottom of the 6th. Eau Claire only able to muster 3 hits so far.
Brazino on for his 2nd inning of work in relief of Jackson Donahue, the starter. Both Chippewa pitchers have been effective. Eau Claire limited to just 3 hits.
Bretto, we just talked about the Express, and look who wanders into our booth.
The one and only manager.
I was going to say, thank goodness one and only.
Dale
really.
Marshall.
Coach, how are you? Good. We sure are appreciative that the Express allowed these 2 games to happen today for the Legion. It's absolutely gorgeous. The U17 played this morning at 10, and now the U19's here today. It started about 1 o'clock.
Lifted in the air to center. Dixon is there, makes the one-handed grab. Pankratz is retired. Here's Brady Johnson. Recently graduated from Eau Claire Memorial. He'll play his college ball right on this very field. He will become a UW Eau Claire student this fall. Pankratz, who was just retired, now 0 for 3. Johnson looking for his first hit. A couple of infield groundouts.
Boy, has it been great having that UW Eau Claire baseball program back. What a great opportunity for kids around the area to stick around and keep playing the game they love to play.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here. Bottom 6. As you said, Sparks, it's getting late for Eau Claire. They've had base runners in every inning. But you look back, and aside from that leadoff double from Lock-in that went right down the third base line, it's not like they've been banging the ball all around the ballpark. There's a high chopper. Perlberg plays the big hop. His throw is in time as Beauvier was able to keep a foot on the bag.
Again, Perlberg shot off that quick release, got himself behind the baseball, and then as he caught it in mid, he was already getting rid of it. He knew that was going to be a bang-banger at first.
Base umpire was right there. It was looking like the foot was coming off the bag, but Beauvier held it there just long enough. Here's Blake Buer. Twice he has been hit by a pitch. Helping his on-base percentage, but he's got a couple welts to go along with it. Two balls, no strikes to Blake Buer. Paxton Bush waits on deck.
Buer looking to give himself another free ride here. Twice been hit by a pitch, and now he's up 3-0.
Throw pitch from Brazina, ruled a strike. That one misses up and away, and Buer is on for a third time. So the tying run is aboard, and here is Paxton Bush.
Well, Eau Claire Legion keeps that streak alive of having base runners every single inning. This time with 2 outs, they finally draw one with a walk.
Bush is 1 for 2. His single in the 4th was the last, well, second to last base hit by Eau Claire. Harris had that little soft line drive that got past the second baseman, Brady Smith, last inning. No activity in either bullpen. 0-1 pitch from Brazina. Buer short lead at first. Bouncing ball to second. Brady Smith has it, and the throw across to retire Bush. 6 complete here at Carson Park. Your score remains Chippewa Falls 2, Eau Claire 1. You are watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Welcome back to Carson Park. We move to the 7th inning. Calvin Barneson remains on the mound for Eau Claire. He entered in the 4th. 5, 6, 7 in the Chippewa Falls lineup. Hagan, Smith, and Hayes.
Yeah, Barneson's done a real nice job. Like you said, he came in the 4th inning and has not allowed a hit yet. He's just had the one walk.
He's quickly ahead here, 0-2.
We were kind of talking about him off the air, and it was like, really today he's been effectively wild. I mean, he's had some pitches get away from him in the dirt and outside and up and around, that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden he'll come back with a real good pitch and get the guy to ground out. So he's just kind of keeping the Chippewa hitters off balance.
And that one grazes the hitter. You talk about that effective wildness. Not quite as effective right there. Breaking ball that didn't break and clipped Hagan right on the forearm.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if this was the college level, they'd review that one because it almost looked like Hagan kind of turned that forearm into that pitch. But he wore it and got the base for it, so they lead off with a runner on first here in the 7th.
Here's Brady Smith. Smith delivered a fielder's choice. 6-3 put out in the 2nd to bring home a run. That's the only RBI for Chai High. Chai High, I did it. I knew I was going to do it.
I did it once too. Yeah. It was probably because of me.
Chippewa Falls scored its other run on a wild pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now. The count on Brady Smith. Third baseman Zinsmaster up on the grass. Good bunt. Barneson making the right choice to get the runner at first.
Again, post 77, a nice job of executing the bunts today. They've been very sharp with that part of their game.
Chippewa Falls will send up a pinch hitter to bat for Dom Hayes, who is 0 for 2. Isaiah Hendricks is the batter for Chippewa Falls. Barneson drops that curveball in there.
Yeah, good job getting ahead. You got a pinch hitter like that, you want to make sure you get ahead in the count.
One ball, one strike. One ball, two strikes with one out and a runner on. Top of the 7th inning. Chippewa Falls looking for some insurance here. Post 77 and now has a right-hander getting loose in the Chippewa bullpen. Breaking ball missed just upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, you can see by Barneson's reaction, he really wanted that one, but I agree with you. A little up.
Base hit to left. Hagan gets the stop sign at third.
And a late stop sign. I thought for sure he was going to try to score on that one.
Well, Diermeyer was able to come in from his position out there in left field. Came up throwing.
Yeah, I did a good job attacking that one because he's playing deep. That would have been a long throw.
Another pinch hitter for Chippewa.
Connor Kolinsky, huh?
He puts the bunt down, and that's going to bring home a run.
Oh, I love that play. Runner on third. You put the bunt down anywhere on the grass, that run's going to score. Well executed again. Small ball today from post 77.
Yeah, that's a big run. Hagan scores. Hendricks moves down to second. 3-1, Chippewa Falls in the lead. Here's Chase Frederick.
And I think that was an absolute suicide squeeze. It wasn't even a safety. That runner was coming.
Chopper to first. Johnson takes it himself, but Chippewa Falls picks up an insurance run. Bottom of the 7th coming up for Eau Claire, trailing 3-1. You are watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Eau Claire will send up 8-9-1 in its batting order. Logan Zinsmaster to lead things off against the reliever Sam Brzezina. Zinsmaster 0 for 2 today. Fastball upstairs from Brezina. It's 1 strike.
Well, a real nice job in the top of the 7th by the Chippewa Post 77 to add on that run. Now it's a 3-1. So Eau Claire finds themselves in a 2-run deficit here.
Loop to right, but foul. Zinsmaster thinking a little opposite field there. Had the right idea.
Yeah, it really is. When you've got a left-hander who's tough like he is, he's got that movement on the baseball. Kind of got that arm side run. It runs away from the right-hander. You want to go ahead and see if you can't shoot that over to right center.
That one missed, and it's 2-2.
Just a little down right there.
If you're clear, you need base runners. Any way possible. Claire came into this matchup with an 8-1 record. Swing and a miss. Zinsmaster down on strikes.
That's always such a big out. And you go after that first guy that's leading off the 7th. You got to keep him off the base, keep the pressure off, and comes right after him and gets the big strikeout.
Batting now, Jack Harris. 1 for 2. High in the air to left. Hagen drifting back. Now on the warning track, makes the catch.
Well, he eventually got there. He kind of took a unusual route to that one. I don't think he was expecting it to carry as much as it did. And again, that one takes him all the way back to the warning track. And 2 outs now here in the 7th.
So that'll leave it up to Grant Locken. Locken 1 for 3. He scored the lone Eau Claire run, that coming all the way back in the first inning. Popped up. And that one, Bouvier got a glove on it.
He thought he had it. He reached over, a great effort. He turned around like he had it in the glove for the victory, and it just popped out. Great effort over there along the fence.
Off the bat, that looked like it was going to be well out of play, but it
it?
kind of hung up and started drifting back. And wow, what an effort by Bouvier. Now Eau Claire down to its final strike.
Eau Claire Legion's had a runner every inning today, but not here in the 7th.
Strike 3 called. Brezina gets Locken on strikes. Chippewa Falls wins it 3-1 over Eau Claire. Eau Claire's record drops to 8-2. For Chippewa Falls, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. For Eau Claire, 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. Sparks, we thought we might see a slugfest. Instead, we saw pitchers do a credit to Chippewa. Small ball, they manufactured some runs, and they come out of here with the win.
Yeah, they did a great job again, and also their pitching was outstanding today. Both those pitchers just really kept Eau Claire out of it. They gave up base runners, but it was usually about 1 an inning. And then they did a great job of getting out of that stuff. Clean baseball out of Chippewa. And again, like you said, you talk about small ball, a couple of bunts, wild pitch, and they find themselves victorious today. And again, just well played both sides. Just that 1 error, but definitely a pitcher's duel. 3-1, both teams with just 3 hits.
Post-game show is coming up next here on Zaleski Sports, and that is brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team. When you have any sports-related injury or issue, you can count on a proper diagnosis and a customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athletes in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. That is coming up next on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching, sports, or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip is affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are...
All right, welcome back to Carson Park in Eau Claire. Chippewa Falls winning the 4th of July game over Eau Claire 3-1, joined by the two pitchers for Chippewa Falls, Jackson Donahue, Sam Brazina. Jackson, let's start with you. We were talking before we came back on the air. Warm weather, pitchers, you like that. You can stay loose. What was your plan coming in, going up against this?
Really good hitters. All you need to do is really locate. Obviously, I don't have amazing velo, but also, as long as I get soft contact, these guys behind me will do absolutely everything to back me up. and like out in left field, Hagman makes some amazing plays. These guys just back me up all the time.
Was the plan to go 4 innings, or were you just going to go for as long as you could go today?
First, Griff told me like 2 innings, and then before the game he said 3 innings, and then he said like, "You feeling good?" "Yeah, I'm feeling good, Coach. Let's go."
All right, well, then you turn it over to Sam Brazina, and Sam, same kind of thing. They had base runners on every inning, but you guys were able to work out any jams. What was working well for you today since you came in?
What was working well for me was just trying to throw strikes. I mean, Donnie pitched amazing, got us a lead. Our offense managed to scrounge up 2 runs, and so I just it's always easier to pitch with the lead. And so my goal was just to try to locate, let my defense do the work, maybe get a couple strikeouts, but my defense helped me out, and I just try to pitch comfortable and attack.
How fun is it to play on a 4th of July game at Carson Park in Eau Claire?
It doesn't get much better than this. I love it.
All right, for you guys, there's only a couple weeks left in the season, then the regional begins. What do you guys want to focus on between now and then?
We're just trying to focus on getting the mistakes out of the way. We just try to find our best baseball, so we're not going to win any playoff games now. So we're just trying to stay healthy, make sure everyone's 100% come regional time.
Gentlemen, you're in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House, so you know how this works. I'm going to hand you the microphone. As soon as Dominic up there gives you the thumbs up, you can take it away.
I'm Jackson Donahue. I'm in the house.
I'm Sam Brazina, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, gentlemen. Hey, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We will see you down the road.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast today. Keep an eye on the Zaleski Sports website. We will have a number of games from the River City Classic right here at Carson Park coming up next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For my color commentator, Dave Sparger, and Dominic Millay, our producer and videographer, I'm Bob Radovich saying good afternoon from Carson Park in Eau Claire, and have a happy 4th of July.